Industries Limited Q4FY20 earnings conference call hosted by Axis Capital Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Kashyap Pujara from Axis Capital Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nirav. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for standing by. It's a great pleasure to have with us Mr. Taparia ji, Mr. Somani, and Mr. Sabu from Supreme Industries to discuss Q4 and FY20 results. I now hand over the floor to Taparia ji. And Taparia ji, many congratulations for a good set of numbers, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I am MP Taparia, Managing Director of the Supreme Industries Limited. I, along with my colleagues, Sri P.C. Somani, CFO, and Sri R.J. Sabu, Vice President, Corporate Affairs and Company Secretary, welcome all the participants who are participating in the discussion of the audited, standalone, and consolidated financial result for the quarter and year ended 31st March 2020. The standalone results and the consolidated results are already with you. I'll give you brief on company product operating performance and other highlights. The company sold 3,200 metric ton of plastic goods and achieved net product turnover of rupees 1380 crores during the fourth quarter of the current year against sale of 113,921 metric ton of plastic goods and achieved net product turnover of rupees 1487 crore in the corresponding quarter of previous year, achieving volume and product value degrowth of about 9% and 7% respectively. The company sold 411,521 tons of plastic goods and achieved net product turnover of rupees 5,408 crores during the year under review against sale of 397,983 tons and net product turnover of rupees 5,437 crore in the previous year, achieving volume growth about 3% and product value degrowth about 1%. Total consolidated income and operating profit, excluding construction business for the fourth quarter of the current year, amounted to rupees 1,412 crore and rupees 276 crore as compared to rupees 1,534 crore and rupees 205 crore of the corresponding quarter of the previous year, recording decrease in consolidated income of around 8% and increase in operating profit about 35% respectively. The consolidated income and operating profit, excluding construction business during the year under review, amounted to rupees 5,518 crore and rupees 862 crore as compared to rupees 5,539 crore and rupees 752 crore for the previous year, recording increase of about 0.5% and 15% respectively. The consolidated profit before tax and profit after tax, excluding exceptional item and construction business for the fourth quarter of the current year, amounted to rupees 219 crore and rupees 114 crore as compared to rupees 161 crore and rupees 116 crore for the corresponding quarter of the previous year, recording increase in profit before tax of about 36% and decrease in profit after tax about 2% respectively. The consolidated profit before tax and profit after tax, excluding exceptional item and construction business during the year under review, amounted to rupees 636 crore and rupees 464 crore as compared to rupees 556 crore and rupees 379 crore for the previous year, recording increase of about 14% and 22% respectively. The business scenario of all the product segment of the company for the year ended 31st March 2020 as compared to the previous year as under. Plastic pipe business grew by 8% in volume and 9% in value term. Packaging product segment business degrew by 2% in value, 2% in volume and 8% in value term. Industrial product segment business degrew by 13% in volume and 24% in value term. Consumer product segment business degrew by 3% in volume and 4% in value term. The board has declared two interim dividends aggregating to rupees 14 per share against total dividend of rupees 13 per share given in the previous year. The board has not recommended any further dividend on equity share. The total dividend outgo during the year under review, including DDT, is rupees 214 crore as compared to rupees 199 crore during the previous year. The overall turnover of value-added product increased to rupees 2,070 crore as compared to rupees 1,944 crore in the previous year, achieving growth of 6%. Total net borrowing of the company stands at rupees 217 crore as on 31st March 2020 as against rupees 162 crore as on 31st March 2019. Average net borrowing level during the current year remained at rupees 205 crore against rupees 266 crore in the previous year. Average cost of borrowing as on 31st March 2020 increased to 8.35% per annum as against 8.23% per annum as on 31st March 2019. The company has divested its whole 20.67% stake in Kumi Supreme India Private Limited to Kumi Thailand Company Limited for a consideration of rupees 24.32 crore and consequently terminated the existing joint venture agreement between the company and Kumi Supreme India Private Limited. As an outcome of sale, Kumi Supreme India Private Limited now ceases to be an associate of the company. The company addressed and settled the issues regarding the complaint of composite cylinder from Bangladesh during the financial year. Newly designed product samples sent to customer in Bangladesh have been successfully tested and meets the required parameters. Company expects good business volume from this customer during the current year. The initiatives taken up to date by the government are gathering momentum. With an expected growth in the business of several verticals, the company took steps to put new production units and also expand capacity in several of its existing units and incurred capex of rupees 241 crore in the year 2019-20 and further committed a capex of around rupees 182 crore which shall fructify for production and usage during the current year. During the current year, that is 2020-2021, the company envisaged additional new capex in the range of about rupees 150 or 200 crore, mainly on the following: to increase PVC pipe capacity at Kanpur, Gadegaon and Kharagpur, to increase polyethylene pipe capacity at Malanpur, Gadegaon and Kharagpur, to increase double wall corrugated polyethylene pipe capacity at Kharagpur, to increase CPVC pipe capacity at Malanpur and Kharagpur, adding several capacities of water tank molds and additional roto molding machine. The company has negotiated purchase of 30-acre land to put up a new plastic piping complex at Odisha. Due to lockdown, the legal possession of the land has been delayed. The company will initiate action to put the complex after the possession of the land in their account. The drying of various equipment to put up cross plastic film projects at Gate Muala at Halol in Gujarat are under preparation in Romania and Switzerland. Due to COVID-19 lockdown, the process is taking more time to finalize the drying. The company will move expeditiously after working drying are frozen to put up the plant. In March 2020, the WHO declared the COVID-19 outbreak as a pandemic which continued to spread across the world. On 25th March 2020, the government of India has declared this pandemic a health emergency, ordered closure of all non-essential businesses, imposed restriction on movement of goods, material, travel. As the nature of business performed by the company majorly fell under non-essential category, these restrictions have substantially reduced its operation at various plants between 25 to 35 days. The company has since, after receiving applicable permission, partially commenced operation, including dispatch of goods to its customers at all of its manufacturing facilities and scaling up the same gradually. The company and promoters have shown their commitment as a responsible corporate citizen and stood with the government authorities in their fight against this pandemic. Supreme Industries Limited, along with the promoter families, have contributed rupees 8.35 crores in aggregate to PM CARES Fund and Relief Fund of various state government. Although business conditions are very disruptive and uncertain, companies neither looking at any layoff nor any reduction in salary of the employees, which are its biggest asset and strength. Further, all regular payments to employees as well as vendors are made on time in normal course without resorting to any deferral. Business outlook. At the end of the year, that is beginning second half of March 2020, the business was severely affected due to COVID-19 pandemic. The lockdown is now entered in its fourth stage. As the time passes, the focus of government is moving to create a balance between health and safety of the countrymen while keeping eyes to revive the economy back on growth path. Government is taking incremental steps every day in different parts of the country to give desired boost to the economy. With the country's preparedness over the last 2 months to prepare to fight against COVID-19 pandemic, which is being suitably supported by various relief measures announced by the central government, which is around 10% of India's annual GDP, it is expected that during second quarter of the year 2020-21, the economy may start to revive to serve the country with a higher growth potential. Considering the bright future prospect, the company has not slowed down its investment plan. The same was, however, delayed due to cessation of activities in different parts of the country as a result of lockdown, which still remain partially applicable in various parts of the country. Various initiatives taken by the center and state government have given desired boost to the plastic pipe business. There is a quantum jump in construction of affordable houses. The infrastructure activities comprising supplying drinking water and to boost the sewage system have gathered momentum. Raw material situation is likely to be comfortable. Prices started showing increasing trend after reaching bottom during the year under review except PVC resin. Overall, it is expected that raw material price will remain range-bound and affordable. The company expects that by September this year, the business should be returning to normal and will move to growth path by November 2020. Friends, this is a brief and overall summary for the quarter and 9 months of the year under reference. Thank you for your patience. Now I and my colleague, Sri P.C. Somani, and Sri R.J. Sabu are available to reply various queries as raised by all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and one on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and one. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and one. First question is from the line of Avi Mehta from India Infoline. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Just had three questions. Sir, with the performance likely to be driven by the rural segment, you highlighted agri, you had seen very good growth rate. Are you expecting margins in the pipe and packaging segment to come under pressure because mix will turn towards value in the near-term quarters, first half?
No, piping segment, the PVC prices started rising.
Mm-hmm.
They were falling from 18th March up to 1st May. Thereafter, the resin prices have gone up 2 times by 2 rupees a kilo. So, whatever may be some inventory correction and some inventory in the profit, we believe the overall margin may be working okay. But we are not in a position to give any guidance because things are very uncertain, very difficult to say the overall margin side.
Okay, sir, but there will be some gain, right? We should have because of the raw material cost being inflationary. Is that a rational thing to expect, sir?
Up till now, there will be loss only because the price has dropped dramatically from 18th March to 1st May. PVC resin price has dropped by 13 rupees a kilo.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then the increase is only 4 rupees a kilo. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. And sir, value, is the mix turning towards value or no? That is not the case. PVC prices rest apart. The value added product low price products is not kind of growth. Low margin products are not driving growth rate, right, sir? The mix is not changing.
The housing activity is still not picked up.
Okay, so the mix is deteriorating to that extent. Okay, sir. So the second question is in the pipe segment only. Pipe margins are in this quarter were among the strongest that we've seen in history. What exactly was the driver for this sharp increase? And do you expect, was it mix? And if it was, then should it sustain?
I'll say, Somani, please, can you reply?
You see, the margin what you have seen in the fourth quarter are definitely best, but not sustainable. The primary reasons for the better margin, apart from the operations, you see, one is the product mix. The better product mix in the fourth quarter, less agri and other products more, definitely gives a better margin, which is not the scenario for the year as a whole. Secondly, if you look at the PVC prices, from January till 18th March, prices are on the up. So when in the falling prices you get an inventory loss, in the rising prices you get an inventory gain. Company has a lot of inventory in terms of finished goods and raw material commitment, etc. So there is a good inventory gain also you got in this quarter. And thirdly, when we fulfill our commitment to lift certain quantities of the raw material annually, then we get a handsome support from our raw material supplier, domestic supplier also, which we were not forcing, but we could complete our commitment and we get a handsome support from them. So all this put together, given a good margin for this quarter. If you look at the overall margin for the piping for the year, still it is close to 16% operating margin. But this fourth quarter margin are not sustainable, definitely not sustainable. This is a aberration from their point of view.
Sir, but the fourth, I understand the quarterly aberration, as you rightly pointed out, but even the yearly margins are, something, which we have probably not seen earlier. So this margin also you are seeing, could you quantify how much is inventory gain related in this full year or no? Could you be able to share something?
Very, very difficult to quantify that way.
Okay. Okay, sir. And sir, last, if I may, sir, there has been talk about dealers having lockdown, especially in the red zones. Are we kind of having the requirements for extending credit, or how is that situation in the channel? If you could kind of highlight.
Normally, when the market was closed from 18th March, then during the lockdown period, we supported our customer by not charging interest for delay payment, because market was closed somewhere for 50 days, 45 days. So that period we didn't count in the credit period. That way we supported all our customers that they were not required to pay interest for delay payment. It was not their fault the market was closed. Otherwise, our customers don't require any extra credit period, so we keep proper control on our credit discipline.
And sir, the inventory is essentially increasing.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure, sir.
I'll come back on that question for a follow-up question. Thank
you. Sorry, say it again.
Sir, we move on to the next participant. Before we do that, a request to all the participants, please restrict to 2 questions per participant. If time permits, please come back in the question queue for a follow-up question.
Okay.
The next question is from the line of Abhishek Ghosh from DSP Mutual Fund. Please go
ahead. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Sir, you mentioned about the margin expansion in the piping segment, but if you look at across all the segments, packaging, industrial, consumer, everywhere there is a sharp improvement. So is it to do with the raw material procurement discount, and or how should we look at it from that perspective?
Principally due to raw material procurement discount for the whole year, all provided because we fulfilled our commitment. So we got the discount and then we got it credited in the last quarter. Apart from that, in each segment, there is always product mix variety. As you have seen, our sale of value-added goods were better for the whole year also and during the quarter also.
Sure. Okay. Sir, also in terms of when we had seen the sharp PVC price decline by almost about 13 rupees per kg in the month of April, May, have we passed on the entire impact of the PVC prices to the channel, or has there been a lesser reduction this time around in the piping segment?
No, normally we give reduction to the extent required in the market. That depends on product to product. We have got more than 8,000 SKU. So price erosion depends on the product segment.
Sure. Okay. And sir, just lastly, you've mentioned that the Bangladesh composite cylinder orders now, I think the feedback is being decent. So if you can just help us update what's the progress there?
So, Tumani, please.
No, on this front, you see, the last year, 18-19, we supplied the material, which met with some technical problems. We had to compensate heavily for that, and about 12 crore rupees of compensation we provided back to the party. We supplied new design cylinder to them, which they have tested for 4 months period in their plant, and they had given a positive report that those new design cylinders meets their rate. They have assured us to give a good business this year. First, they will place an order for 10,000 pieces, and once the 10,000 pieces are supplied, then they assured us to buy good quantity every month. Now, unfortunately, the lockdown started, and everywhere it is the same scenario. So once the lockdown is opened up in India also and there also, then we will see certain business potential from them, and we are quite confident we will get a good business during the current year.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for answering my questions, and all the best. Thanks.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Bhargava Buddhadev from Kotak Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, the margin performance in the packaging business has been improving. Is it fair to say that there have been no price cuts in Silpaulin since September, and competitive intensity has also sort of reduced, especially after the COVID pandemic?
There is no erosion in the price of Silpaulin now, and we have changed our product mix in a big way, not only in the product mix but also in the markets. So we believe that our margins will not be under pressure, and fortunately we are enjoying now good demand for our product.
Okay.
Not only from the Indian market but from global market.
Okay. And what's the update on Biofloc, sir? Are we launching it this year?
Which one?
Biofloc, are we launching it this year?
Biofloc, we have already given some 6 pieces at various stages of trial. We have tried first in our plant, it has worked very well, and now they are under trial at various locations. First we want to make a soft launch, which we have done, and after a certain period, when we find that it is running very well, then only we will launch commercially in a big way. We hope that we may be able to launch in 3 to 4 months.
Okay. And secondly, sir, in terms of the Silpaulin business, Q1 seems to be the peak season for this particular product. So assuming that lockdown gets removed by say June mid, can we presume that more or less this season may not get significantly impacted for Silpaulin, or you think that there will be significant impact?
First, we give it a real picture. For first 15 days in beginning April, our plants were closed down. Afterwards only that we were allowed to open the plant. The fabrication workers, we had 700 workers staying in all our 3 plants. So we could immediately start operation with 700 fabrication workers. Thereafter, the strength of workers is not growing. Now only we are seeing influx of more workers coming to our plant. So we hope that within 10-15 days, we will be able to run the full fabrication facility. But fortunately, as the plant was closed from 20th of March, we had enough finished goods stock already in our godown. So we are able to meet the requirement of the market by supplying from our stock. But here I may like to say that even today, though tarpaulin is declared an essential item by several states, tarpaulin shops are still not considered essential in many of the states. So several markets still are not open. We hope that they may open any day because tarpaulin is very essential at this time. And we hope that the market throughout the country will be opened very shortly. But we are geared up to meet increased requirement.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Sunil Shah from Turtle Star Portfolio Managers. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Sir, I have just one question on the pipes business. Sir, how you think that, the small unorganized players will be able to, pass these difficult times because they might have some financial pressures and all that. So we think that they will not be able to survive and the big organized, the few large ones will be in a position to gain some market share over the next couple of quarters. So what is your sense on that? Pipes business.
Too early to say, but we believe that slowly but surely the market is going to shift more and more toward organized sector. Having said that, we still believe that for a small niche market in that localized area, the unorganized player may have a role to play in less functional type of pipe. So they may also continue along with us.
Okay. And sir, the green zones which have opened up some few days back, sir, how is the demand coming over there? Meaning, how are we seeing the inquiries coming from our dealers, distributors? That is one part. And my second question is the impact of the cyclone which just happened. If you could give me answers to this question.
I may differentiate 2 things. For agriculture segment, there is no discrimination. Wherever, whatever may be the zone, per agriculture demand, the shops are allowed to open, and we are getting requirement from everywhere. I may say here that this year the harvested Rabi crop is bountiful. The farmers are getting payment from government very quickly, and we are glad to share with you that farmers are spending money in development of their field. So in agri-pipe market, all the principal suppliers, maybe our company is fully sold out, agri segment. But housing segment, still many markets are not open. Even Bombay market, Delhi market, Chennai market, they are all closed.
Mm-hmm.
Housing activity is very slow to pick up. We don't know when they will pick up because housing is very labor intensive also construction activity.
Mm-hmm.
But surely this will also start opening up over a period. Maybe by second half of next month may start opening up. We believe that.
Okay.
Presently housing activity is not picked up.
Okay. Again, on these other segments of packaging and all those, again, there also, how is the traction building up?
Sorry, say it again.
Packaging products, how is the demand shaping up there?
In performance packaging film,
Yeah.
there is a good demand for Indian market and export market. Except film, the demand is quite okay. Protective packaging product demand is slow. That goes for quite a lot of, that goes into industrial application, goes for insulation, goes for construction, because that also used in construction in business. There the demand has come, but demand is quite slow. And there are three segments of packaging due to our company.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Sir, just want to get some sense on the cyclone impact on our company.
Sorry?
The impact of the cyclone on our company.
Impact of
cyclone which came. The West Bengal cyclone. The cyclone which came just 2 days yesterday, and any plants that have got affected for us?
Any plant?
No.
All the plants are open now.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
We not have the West Bengal. Not affected. Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
We have the plant in West Bengal, but we are not affected by the cyclone.
West Bengal plant, the collector plant was affected by 1 day due to cyclone.
Okay. No significant losses for us or any such thing. No damage.
Fortunately, no damage to us, but there was big devastation in Bengal.
Right, sir. But okay, it was not affected. It has not affected our plant. Fine, fair enough. Fine. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks and all the best.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Madhav Marda from Fidelity Investments. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good evening. So I just wanted to understand this quantity discounts which you mentioned that we've got from the resin supplier. Isn't this something we receive every year? Why is it helping profit only this year in Q4?
No, we did not say resin supply. We say our polymer buying.
Polymer buying, okay.
So we totally buy PVC resin, we buy polyethylene, we buy polypropylene, and we got MOU quantity. So as all the raw material makers are under pressure, this year was slightly, they were more favoring the customers who are big buyers. We are big buyers of the Indian companies.
Okay, so this time because of the COVID impact, we were able to fulfill the requirement and others could not. So they gave us a special sizing. Is that what you say?
Somani, what you say? Somani?
No, you see, this year since business was not growing the way we have committed in the first few quarters, that's why we were not sure ourselves whether we will be able to commit the whole quantity what we have committed. So that's why we were not factoring those annual discount scheme, whether we will be eligible or not.
In our quarterly working earlier.
Okay.
Quarterly working earlier.
Yeah.
So we did it for the whole year. Finally, in Q4 we booked the.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
In previous years we do it for every quarter it's booked. This time it was all in Q4. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And how much is that amount? Is there any amount that you can share with us?
And no, we cannot quantify.
Okay, got it. All right, sir. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and 1. Next question is from the line of Ritesh Shah from Investor Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. So my first question is, what is the sort of inventory levels that we maintain for our key polymers?
Sorry?
Sir, what is the number of days of inventory that we maintain for our key polymers, say something like PVC, HDP, LDP?
Suppose what you want to know?
Inventory levels. You see, number of days.
Depend on product and where from we are sourcing. Now PVC we import quite a volume, so the inventory may be high. CPVC 100% imported, so the inventory will be high. Polyethylene all we buy mostly from local, so we may work with low inventory. Depend on product to product. We use varieties of grades of polymers for our product in the country.
Right. Sir, is it possible?
We keep the inventory based on our commercial requirement.
Correct. Sir, last time you had indicated that for PVC may maintain around 3 weeks of inventory, and this was towards Q4. Sir, would that number be correct, or would it have changed? Basically, I'm just trying to get some sense on if you can help on number of days point of view. Broadly, it would be quite useful, sir.
No way to out, because our business was stopped by middle of March only, and that is start of our peak season. From middle of March to middle of June, that is the peak season of piping division. So you have to build and keep a high inventory either locally or import material in pipeline to meet the requirement of large buying in the month of April and May. When people have not purchased, it then become short now in the month of May.
Okay. Sir, can you give some indication of how the product mix would have changed? You did indicate that we did less agri in this quarter and we did more of ex-agri. Sir, can you give some color over here? It would be quite useful to understand.
Only simple thing, in January, March this year, the agri demand was very poor. Our agri, we are very effective player in the state of Maharashtra. The demand was poor compared to last year in agri market. But overall, we can say our value-added business in the last quarter has gone up to 40% compared to 37% in the previous year, the same quarter. Overall, for the full year, our value-added business has gone up to 38.28% compared to 35.76% of last year. In absolute quantum also, it has gone up to 2,070 crores against 1,944 crores in the previous year.
Right. Sir, is it possible if you could provide with a mix of agri versus non-agri only for the piping part, sir?
Not possible, because many customers, many areas, they buy agri pipe to use in housing.
Okay. Sir, my second question is on...
Sorry to interrupt you. I'll request you to come back in the question queue for a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Seema Talreja from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Sneha here, and thanks for taking the question. So, since the time you've started the operating facilities, just wanted to know the progress in each individual segment. Example, you said that piping you're almost operating at, your orders are completely full for the agri division at least. So, what must be the operating rate there? And what is the scenario at other segments like consumers, I believe, must be, down because of the discretionary nature of the business. Could you explain us that?
Somebody, can you say it, please?
Yeah, I already given a detailed note on the COVID and business impact, which clearly mentions the piping sector is doing well because of the agri demand. So for agri product, we are running full capacity. But as the overall piping division, you can say between 50 to 60% capacity. For consumer product, the demand is not there, or the market is not yet opened up. Shops are closed. So we are running only for bare minimum items which are required for the inventory build-up point of view, between 20 to 25%. Packaging segment, yes, demand is picked up for performance packaging film, for cross-laminated film, and demand is slow for the protected packaging. So on average, you can say we are running at 50 to 60% capacity. And for industrial component, even less than 20%, because the industrial customers have not yet opened up their operations. So whatever bare minimum required, some assemblies are required, those are only be done. So it is less than 20% capacity.
So that was helpful. Secondly, my second question was related to the margins. So this quarter we have seen significant improvement in margins. Of course, you've given many reasons for it. But what would be the sustainable margins that you're looking at? Because the complete year also we have seen, good amount of margins. In fact, if at all we want to take this impact of discounts to the whole year, the margins in all the segments would be pretty good. So what is the sustainable level of margins in individual segments that you're looking at?
For the full year, not possible for us to give the margin guidance this year, as on today.
Sure, sir. Thanks, sir, and all the best.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Nehal Shah from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, a couple of questions. One on the cross-plastic film technology as to what is the scope and the potential here as far as Indian market is concerned. And second is the performance of CPVC pipe segment in the last quarter as well as in the running quarter as well. Thank you.
Cross-plastic film, as we stated, that our technology has been perfected. Now to build the machines, the drawings are under preparation in Romania and Switzerland. They expect that drawing will be ready during the month of June. Then we will be giving the drawing to our machinery supplier to give us a quote. So we hope that everything goes smoothly. Then in 21-22, we should be in production in India.
Okay.
On CPVC, this year, the demand was quite low because the housing demand is still not started.
Right.
We don't know when the demand will start. Presently, demand is very low.
Right.
And last quarter also, January, March, because it is not possible to give because the business was, hardly there was any business month of March.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we get a good business in month of March, but this year, after Holi was on 10th, 11th March, and thereafter there was COVID influence. So business was quite weak. Thereafter, and any month in 20th onward, the lockdown started in Maharashtra.
Okay. And sir, on the opportunity as far as the cross-plastic film is concerned, what is the opportunity we are looking at in terms of scale and the application?
Sorry?
What kind of opportunity are we seeing? Would we see in the cross-plastic film product? What would be the typical application of that product?
There are many applications. When we launch cross-plastic film, we will draw the attention to all our friends, all our partners.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Ashish Poddar from Anand Rathi. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking my question. So my question is related more with the long-term outlook. So while today we are talking about rural market, urban market, urban and construction activity, agri-related activities. I mean, you are a very old company. You have seen many such cycles where the economy scenario was not good, consumer sentiments were pretty weak. What is, in your assessment, in the next 2-3 years, how will the scenario evolve given the lockdown prolonged for next 3-4 months and the impact on the urban areas will continue? How do you see situations in the next 2-3 years? Is it possible that urban will again come back at the normal level and start creating good demand for the industry?
Urban is bound to come back. The country is moving toward more and more urbanization. It is bound to come back. We should not get too much under the grip of this fear and negativity. We believe that India has got a bright future. India will be in a very high growth path. And with the structural change, so many structural change announced by our finance minister for 5 days, it will bring transformation to many businesses. We remain quite optimistic for the future growth. Even during COVID-19, the plastic has played a great crucial role, not only in face mask, but in PPE gown, which is used by all the health professionals. So plastic has proved its strength. Plastic is a wonder material of 21st century. We remain quite bullish and optimistic about the growth prospect of plastic products.
So you don't see any structural changes in the business model in the next 3-4 years. I mean, the situation will again come back to the earlier level.
Structural change, but plastic will continue to grow, and our company is going to grow continuously.
No, structural in the sense from your strategy perspective, whatever strategy you were working with earlier, you will continue with the same strategy. There will not be much change in the strategy.
Among various products we make 30,000-40,000 varieties of product. Some product may drop and some product may add, but basically we remain in plastics.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next question is from the line of Shantanu Mantri from Optimum Securities. Please go ahead.
My question is regarding Supreme Petro. Sir, could you please share the pricing trend for styrene and polystyrene for the last 3 months?
Because in styrene we can only say that the price started in the month of April 2019 from $1,075 per ton, and then it crashed to $520 at the bottom. And current price for styrene is $665. Now the price is upward bias. The demand for polystyrene world market is better. In India, market demand is still to start open up because polystyrene used quite a big way in consumer appliance. Consumer appliance segment is mostly closed. They are giving plan that they may start working from the month of June. So, but international market, we have good export demand. This month also we are going to make good export also. And we issued now expansion plan for our several capacities. We got environment approval and pollution board approval. So we'll be taking up the expansion plan over a period in various product vertical going forward.
Sir, could you give me some details on how much will be the amount of capex in this expansion plan?
No, that is over a period of 5-7 years. This year we are investing 61 crore rupees in Supreme Petrochem.
All right. And sir, could you, this quarter it seems that there has not been any inventory hit. So,
in Supreme Petrochem?
Yes, sir. Supreme Petrochem.
Big inventory hit. When prices come down from 1,075 to 520, how can you avoid it? But my suppliers and my purchase people were very alert, so we could avoid huge loss, but still loss is there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's it from my side.
Okay.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Lakshmi Narayanan from ICICI Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Sir, question regarding your capacity expansion. In last year's presentation, it was mentioned that the capacity to be enhanced by almost 700,000 MT by 2021 with a capex of 700 to 800 crores, right? Now, in your presentation, you had actually mentioned that you're planning to spend almost 100 to 150 crores across various things. So, how do I read that number with this, or is it that you have been pushed to the next financial year?
So, Mahesh, can you talk about capacity expansion, please?
Yeah. So, you see, there are two things to it. First, let me tell you our present capacity, installed capacity as of 31st March 2020 is about 636,000 metric tons among various segments. This year, we had made 241 crore capex on the ground. But another 182 crore capex is already committed, orders have been placed, and the delivery of the equipment will start in due course. And another 150 to 200 crore capex being new capex will be committed. So the total capex for the year, from the balance sheet point of view, would be 182 plus 150 to 200 crore. So again, 350 crore plus.
Okay.
By the end of this capex addition, we will reach to the capacity of close to 700,000 metric tons.
Okay.
By end of 21.
And in which places, what is the, in plastic pipe, how much you are actually adding capacity?
So major capex is in plastic piping only, because that is the best division and growing division in potential.
Mm-hmm.
So 70 to 80% capex is for plastic piping.
Okay. So how much it is going to expand in plastic piping from what we closed as a capacity in March 2020 to what is it?
Yeah, from 440,000, it will go close to 500,000.
By 2021.
Correct.
Okay. The second question which I have is that you have close to around 1,000 channel partners. Now, what is the number of channel partners currently we have in plastic piping?
No, plastic piping itself 1,214.
Okay. So that is almost an increase by close to around 20% over the closing figure of last year.
No, we had 167 new distributors who joined our family.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Achal Lohade from JM Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. My first question was with respect to CPVC. Would it be possible to give some color in terms of has it meaningfully improved in the year of FY20 versus FY19 for CPVC in the plastic pipe division?
There was some improvement in business in 1920. This year, business will start. But anyway, we are expanding capacity of CPVC in various locations this year.
Right. Would it be fair to say our revenue mix of CPVC could be between 25 to 30% for the full year in FY20?
FY20, the loss was only 15 days of the month of March only.
No, we are saying mix of CPVC.
The revenue mix we do not give classified information. CPVC and PVC. All right.
And in terms of the price, you said the PVC prices had declined 12-13 rupees from 18 till first fortnight of May. How much price reduction have we taken on an average? If you could help with that.
Well, on PVC only price started eroding.
Right.
So total erosion of price is 11%. From 18th March to 1st May, price have dropped by 11% of PVC resin.
And how much have we reduced in terms of the end product prices?
It depends product to product.
Okay. And just last clarification, you said DWC, you're planning to add capacity in your opening remarks. So I was just curious, what is the current utilization? Because in the earlier call, we had indicated that DWC continues to remain challenging. So if you could give some...
Now we are seeing the customers are preferring quality product. So many organized players who are very conscious about quality, we started getting business from them to balance our range, because we were not making small diameter. So now we are putting a plant to make a small diameter also from 40 millimeter. Otherwise, earlier we were starting producing from 90 millimeter and above. Now we will be supplying by adding this machine from 40 millimeter onward.
Any particular application if you want to highlight? Like
many applications. The DWC pipe goes into many applications.
Understood. Great, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next question is from the line of Tejal Shah from Reliance Life. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Just one question from my side. If you could help me understand the product mix of the packaging division with regards to revenue and EBITDA, that will be helpful.
Somani, what is Somani?
No, separate we don't give. We give only a segment. Packaging, we don't give the breakup of the individual product mix.
Give the market share of Simple and even that would be helpful. Some color on the market share gains, if you could highlight that.
Silpaulin market share.
Yes, sir.
Silpaulin market share is with whom? The women tarpaulin is a big market for tarpaulin. But Silpaulin is not only tarpaulin, it is many other products. So there is no market share. We are the largest producer of cross-laminated film in the whole world.
So with regards to
Ours is a very special non-woven product. So we compare with whom? Because the identity woven tarpaulin is a woven tarpaulin. Our product is non-woven tarpaulin. And tarpaulin is one of the applications. We make many applications from our cross-laminated film. We are producer of cross-laminated film. And we are the largest producer in the world. Our capacity is 27,000 tons per year.
So, but when we compare it with Time Techno and Shalimar and players like that,
They are all marginal players.
So how much would be our utilization for the Silpaulin currently?
Sorry?
How much would be our utilizations in FY20 for Silpaulin currently?
FY20 we sold only 17,000 tons. So 27,000 tons, we should have effectively produced 25,000 tons and we sold 17,000 tons. So maybe around 70%.
Okay. And so one more, if you could help us understand on the pricing aspect for Silpaulin, how has that been currently?
No, we are not dropping any more price.
Okay, so the price going ahead, should we?
I was told the difference between us and our competition is between 10 to 15%.
Okay, and
their prices are lower than us.
Okay, and so one last this thing, if you could help us with the regional sales mix also, and if the Kerala market share has increased for us, could you help us understand that?
We are the prominent player in this product in Kerala.
So would our market share have increased in Kerala, sir?
I have no numbers, so I cannot say. I cannot share.
So not number-wise, sir, if you could just help us understand.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you.
Not possible, please.
Okay, sir. Any regional
sorry
sales
to
mix?
interrupt you. May I request to come back in the question queue for a follow-up question?
There are some classified information not to be shared.
Thank you so much, sir. Next question is from the line of Ankur Sharma from HDFC Life Insurance. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening. So just two questions. One, would it be possible to quantify, how much of sales was lost in March because of this lockdown? If you can give us a number there.
How much is?
How much of sales was lost or could not be booked? How much of revenues were not booked because of this lockdown beginning the mid of March?
April is a peak month. The April sale was quite poor.
No, he is asking in the month of March, how much sale you could have lost?
I think we might have sold only 40% of our normal March sale. Because in March we borrow business from April.
Right.
So no question about borrowing anything. Even March requirement also we couldn't sell.
Okay. That's fair. But any numbers, sir? Would you have any number?
I can only one number that when we are seeing degrowth in our packaging business and consumer product, there would be no degrowth if March was fully available to the company.
Okay. Understood. And second question, sir, would be, as you said, you have close to about 1,200 odd distributors across the country in plastic piping. Would you be able to tell us how much is in rural areas and how much are in urban areas? And so I'm trying to get a sense how many of these are actually open already and selling.
When you say rural area, you can see town also. In a small village, nobody can afford to be our distributor.
Okay.
Either big city or tier 2 town, tier 3 town, tier 4 town. Majority of our customers are in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraint, that was the last question for today. I will now hand the conference over to Mr. Kashyap Pujara for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for being here on the call. And apologies that certain questions couldn't be taken just purely because there was a huge amount of people in the queue and we had to restrict the number of questions asked to ensure that maximum people get to ask questions. Taparia ji, Mr. Somani, Sabuji, thank you so much for being on the call, sir.
Thank you very much, Kashyap.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of Access Capital Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your line.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.